Looks like we have Gigi's and DD's today, huh? How are you? Excellent. Marvelous. Fabulous. Is anybody splendid? Very good. Superb. I think we'll start today with some, I believe we have some IB students from grade 12, perhaps Bhavisya and Meet, from grade 11 as well. Aditya, Yuki, come on. And I think you're going to talk about both the business management trip and the design technology trip. Is that correct? Okay, you guys, we have some of our older students who are going to share about their learning where they went to see things like industrial welding. We will hear from them, okay? Hi. Can you share? I think we have microphones for each of you.
Yeah.
Where did you go and what did you do?
So on Friday, we went for a field trip to TI Cycles.
TI Cycles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we visited the factory as well.
Mm-hmm.
So first when we reached there, we were provided with a presentation on how TI Cycles actually functions.
Mm-hmm.
And what is their, let's say, their capacity, all the production details, how they process from scratch to the final product. So all both business management and DT students were a part of that presentation. And then we visited the factory as well, where we saw multiple assembly lines as to how they manufacture different cycles for different purposes, like for sporting or just for transport or any of that. So overall, we got a lot she learned in business.
Okay. Go ahead, Bhavisha.
Yeah, so one of the major concepts that we have been studying recently in both business management and DT is lean management. So it's basically implementation of stats.
Lean management. That's a Japanese idea, I believe.
Yes, it was implemented first in Toyota, I believe.
In Toyota, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's basically implementation of strategies which help to reduce wastage and increase efficiency in processes and operations. So we saw a lot of that during our entire field trip, and we saw different strategies as well, like Kaizen, for example, that is also Japanese, and it actually translates to continuous improvement, which means that instead of having like radical changes, they introduce small changes continuously. So that is better for the workers and the entire business as well to adapt to the small changes. And the other method that we saw was Andon. So again, it's a Japanese method, and it's actually to tell the progress of the machinery that is there. So like it follows the traffic light system. Red means that it needs service. Yellow means that it needs to be it needs to be serviced in some time, and green means that it's working efficiently.
Great.
And we also saw different quality control systems, control and assurance systems. So like how the cycles were tested and how they were checked if their quality was fine so that they could be moved on and be sold to the customers.
Very interesting. So those are some pretty big ideas, you guys. Lean management, quality control, etc. Can you explain something for me? Aditya, were you on the trip as well as part of the business management? How do you think we might apply these ideas of quality control and lean management to a school?
Sure, I can take that question.
Thanks, Aditya.
So
maybe you can explain to the Gigi's and Dynamic Dolphins.
Sure. So I went as a DT student on this trip, and DT stands for Design Technology, a subject that you take through 9, 10, 11, and 12. Through the DT aspect, we learned the process of product development. So how a product is formed. For example, you guys are all wearing shoes, right? So how did the shoe get created? So basically, market research is done. So basically, what that means is the company, for example, Nike, they went out to the market. They asked a bunch of questions. What color do you guys like? For example, if you guys say white, then white is implemented in the shoe itself.
She likes black.
Yeah, so if you like black, black is, I wear black shoes, right? So Nike has made a black shoe because I like the color black. So after they do market research, they go to their design team. So what the design team does is they actually design the shoe itself. So how is the shoe created? How is the sole created? What type of lace the company uses itself? Are there any changes that need to be made after testing the product itself? So, for example, Nike's made a shoe, right? But when Nike starts testing the shoe breaks in half. So Nike has to go back to the company board and tell them, look, the shoe hasn't worked, and then they start the whole process again. So this is kind of how, so this is exactly what TI Cycles does. And if, for example, a cycle doesn't work through the testing of the product, they go back to the board, start from scratch, and then create a new cycle. So that's kind of how it relates to the DT concept.
Great, thank you very much. And did you see any industrial welding or any industrial manufacturing processes while you were there?
Right, so as Meet and Bhavisha mentioned before, we saw an assembly line in action. So how we start from a simple aluminum bar and how it ends up with wheels on a cycle, the brakes on a cycle, the pedals on the cycle, and how the final cycle is essentially created. So it's kind of like a conveyor.
And how did TI Cycles make sure that you guys were safe while you were in the factory?
So the factory itself, we got a guided tour of the factory, and the assembly line was, we were about a decent 60 distance away from the factory line, which meant, and they didn't allow us to go into the restricted areas. So we were, I'd say, relatively safe while we took the store. And we obviously had mentors along with us explaining each part of this guided tour with us. So, yeah.
Great, thank you very much. Can you guys give a big round of applause to your seniors? I think you have some exams today, so good luck, okay?
Thank you.
So that's kind of the combined way we do learning in the secondary school. They get some visits and field trips and experiential learning, but they also take some exams, okay? It looks like we've got some more IB students. This is a bit of a surprise, but come on, tell me what else you're going to tell me about. Hi, Yuktav. Come on. So could you just introduce yourselves to the Gigis and the Dynamic Dolphins?
So I am Yuktav, this is Shriman, this is Dhruv, and this is Aditya, and we're here to talk about the Student Council. So for the first time ever, KC has started something called a Student Council. This is basically a group of students who have decided to come and put forward issues that students have to the school and try and make some change. So right now our little government has 4 members.
Yeah, so after a thorough election process of such, the 4 of us were elected, with Shriman being our president, Aditya being our secretary, Yuktav being our
There's somebody
vice
cheering
president.
from up above, up top. Look,
And-
Shriman. Congratulations to all of you. Continue, please.
Thank you, guys. And me being the treasurer, right? So now that we are the core student council, we'll obviously address all the issues that all of you guys have. And now we're the upcoming culturals, we need house captains and vice captains. And so the procedure for that, Shriman will tell you all about.
All right, guys, so we're expanding the student council, obviously, because 4 of us is too little. So the first step is to have a house captain and a house vice captain from each house. The house captain will be from IB2 and the house vice captain will be from IB1. That's what we've worked out for now. The exact process, it's a lot of coordination because we want to get as many people to vote as possible. So we will get back to you with an email about how we're going to go about it. So just watch out for an email from us.
Thank you. And can you tell me, how are the primary students represented on the student council? Is there a plan for that?
Right, yeah, so we're going to have to figure out a time when the school collectively is sort of free, because every person from 1st to 12th whichever respective house they're in, they're going to be voting for their respective house captain and vice captain, right? So everyone's going to be represented. It all depends on which house they are in.
Okay, and can you explain to the GGs and DDs some of the issues that you might be addressing as the representatives of the student body?
Right, for example, an issue that we're dealing with right now is, you guys probably have a lot of homework, right? No?
Yeah, I heard that no.
Okay, right.
Looks like a pretty good balance. Teachers have done a great job of balancing. Half the people are saying too much, half the people are saying too little. Quite a few of them are actually saying about right. Go ahead.
Right, so what we're trying to do is, we're trying to keep the same amount of homework that we have, but we're trying to spread out the amount of homework. So if we're given, you guys, for example, if there's like 5 assignments given on one day, we don't want that, right? We want an assignment every single day of the week. So that's an issue we're trying to talk with our, trying to sort out with our teachers, and hopefully, this issue will trickle down to you guys, and you guys will have less assignments, not less assignments, but spread out assignments in the future.
We have one burning question. Would you go give her a microphone? We have a burning question. So this is what we call democracy, where the people get to have a voice. No, go ahead. Okay, one of your classmates is about to make a point.
We only have 3 homeworks a day.
Only 3. Would you like more?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Yukta. All right, so as you can see, democracy is kind of messy, all right? And it's their job to try to sort it out. So good luck to all of you. Thank you for volunteering to represent the students, all right? Thank you very much. Have a good day, all right? Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let me see. We have some Gigi's. Oh, we also have some 8th graders. Maybe I'll get to the 8th graders later. I don't see them. So we have Tarun and Mira. Oh, there they are. Hi. Come on, Kuday and Samyukta. Here's some microphones. And I believe you're going to tell us about your joy of giving. And is that correct? Yeah, tell us.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we as grade 8, we made 175 packets out of recycled newspaper and filled them with dog treats. And we gave them to our service learning partner for this year, which is Upagna.
Great.
Actually, we had both grade 8 orbits and octaves. We had only a limit of 100 treat packets. But we extended our limit and made 75 more packets, which is a great achievement, which we did only in 60 minutes.
Wow, fabulous. Well done. Thank you very much. And I think, can you just remain for a minute? I think Mira and Tarun are going to come and tell us about the Gigi's service learning projects. Is that right? Come, please. Wow, look what they've made. Looks like some interesting objects. Product design. We just learned about product design from the seniors. Can you tell us a little bit about your product design?
So for Joy of Giving Week, we made presents for our friends out of recycled products, because in service learning, we're learning about sustainability.
Sustainability, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we both made different things. Mine, I made out of magazine papers and an old Burger King cup. The other one's made out of shells, red paper, disposable spoons and forks, and an old medicine bottle.
And those are all recycled materials that you pulled from the waste pile, is that correct?
Yeah.
Wow. And what do you have there?
I made this house, and I like to call this my house.
Nice. It's like a dollhouse, huh?
Yeah,
Look at that. Let's show it. Make sure they can see it there, okay?
So actually, I went to my friend's house the other day, and I saw, and I just loved her house like so much. It was full of peace and quiet, and then her balcony had these kind of tiles, And I felt like that house really inspired me to make this. So when I went back home, my mother was like throwing this box away. So I just decided to take that box, and because of the texture of the box, it was really hard to glue and put stuff on it because I didn't have much glue at my house. So I was like hunting around for glue and finding where's the glue. So I had like a lot of tough time doing this.
Very
I
nice.
took 7 hours to do this.
7 hours. Wow.
Yes, because all the furniture you can see here
Right.
is all actually trash for my sister's like playhouse and doll. I had to polish it and like clean it and make it like really nice and suitable for the the dollhouse. And I'm planning to give this to my tutor because I really like her, and she's been teaching me a lot. And she helps me with my studies. In DD I couldn't understand much stuff, so she helped me. And this is just like a present for her because she likes like structures and stuff like that to keep in her shelf.
Very nice.
She told
Very
me
nice.
that, so I just got an idea to make this.
I am sure she's going to love it. Great. That is absolutely fabulous. And you have some pencil holders or spoon holders? What are those
These are
products
some
actually?
holders. To make these, I had very limited amount of glue because I had to make this using a hot glue gun.
Uh-huh.
Then, so to make this one, I had to roll off magazine papers and then stick them all around the Burger King cup.
I see.
This one, I actually had to go to the beach and collect shells to stick it around.
And to whom will you give these gifts?
2 of my friends.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing of Joy of Giving Week. And congratulations to all of you for your activities, your generosity, and your attention to environment and sustainability during Joy of Giving Week. Have a great day and a great week ahead. Thanks a lot for sharing, okay? And we'll see you all later. Bye-bye. Thank you. Shall we, let's see, who should go first? They're going to stay here. So Gigi's are going to stay here. What about Dynamic Dolphins? Have a great day, DDs.